Though SAAC 17 was scheduled as a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday event, and it actually started on Monday, July 6th at the Jansen Beach Red Lion. People had a chance to register, and cars going out on the open track were being teched. I've got to hand it to guys like Fred and Brian and Bob and well, all the others. I think they're pretty smart when they volunteer to tech the cars, come out and tech them. Who else gets to crawl through a GT40 or a Cobra or tell them to open the hood or whatever else they want them to do or let them do just because they get to tech them? Hey guys, pretty smart. There was a designated time for Carroll Shelby autographs. That was at the Columbia River Jansen Beach. People lined up and paid $10 for each autograph, with all the proceeds going to the Shelby Heart Fund for indigent children. Literally hundreds of people gladly waited and paid their $10. And of course, on Tuesday the 7th, we all moved out to PIR, Portland International Raceway. In Charlotte, at SAAC 16, Carroll Shelby promised to bring out one of his new Cobras here to give people a ride. Well, anticipating the Stampede, we had a lottery going. And those people who won the lottery had a chance to drive with Carroll Shelby around the track, and it cost them $50. This money also went to the Shelby Heart Fund for indigent children. I think if they charged $100, they still would have had too big of a line to handle everybody. The local media was quick to grab this golden opportunity for an interview. Of course, the cameraman also got a ride out of it. Chicane. First time we've had a chicane that we've had to deal with.
Yeah. And they can keep it.
They can keep that chicane. It's not that grand, is it?
No. It'd be a lot safer without it.
I'd like to go back to the old chicane. I think that would have been fun.
Yeah, or no chicane at all. That's what
yeah, that sounds like
Picture me tackling this.
Taking it home in your zip pocket.
And then step back. See what it's on.
7 with the chicane. Just got that out. We're running about 21 cars on this circuit. That's not as bad. That's not too bad.
It was great. Carol Shelby was a real nice guy, and he held my hand the whole time.
All right. Was it too loud?
No, it was a lot of fun. We went about 170 down the straight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
170?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He said it, and I thought he was joking. And then I looked at the speedometer, and that's where we were going.
Oh man. Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was worth $50, huh?
Oh.
At least, huh?
Oh, yeah.
All right. What's your name?
Laura O'Hare.
Back to this nice Hornet. This has got to be the nicest 71 72 Hornet I've ever seen in my life. 4-door. Power steering, power brakes, no doubt. Very nice custom cloth interior.
Whoa, how'd that get in there? Excuse us. Well, a lot of us were over at PIR, Jim and Dwayne and Roger and that crew. We set up something new for SAAC 17. We actually had an autocross going on. We were able to use the convention center just down the road, and a lot of guys really got into this. When Carroll heard there was an autocross, he grabbed SAAC Northwest's own Fred Gehring to tell him where it was. So they hustled on down there. Now, it's kind of fitting that Carroll set the fastest time of the day, or at least up to the time that he had run. Well, of course, he was also the first person to run the track, so what can you say? But it was kind of fitting. It gave everybody something to shoot at. After all, if you did a little poorer than Carroll did, well, with no shame in that, it took somebody like Carroll Shelby to beat you. But boy, if you beat his time, wow.
Good luck to all of you. Right? Have fun.
You have fun out there.
Okie doke, I will. You all too.
Well, Fred managed to get a ride over to the Autocross. Gail did him one better and actually ran out on the track with Carroll. And just like everybody else who was out there, she came in saying how amazed she was at how smooth he was. I think he retains that touch that he was noted for back in his racing career.
take my car if you want. Automatic, just leave it in one gear.
Oh my goodness. Did he take a cone?
There's only one member to the SAAC National Club. And what's your name?
Iván Ortúzar. Iván Ortúzar.
Iván.
Carlos Algomero. Carlos Algomero. Car constructor. And only one Shelby in Chile. 67,500. Only.
Put the cars together, I guess.
And on the third day, there was a noticeable lack of the smell of hot tires and brakes and spent racing fuel, as the day was devoted to the car show.
Get in front of you? Nope. Just yell at me. I can. As far as I know, you're the only one of only two members that got a ride in a GT40.
I wish I would have had your camera.
with the sound on, I mean, the gearbox is almost as noisy as the engine. You know, those straight cut gears.
Yeah.
Love them. Love them.
You like the 40, huh?
Love it. I love it. It's better than SAACs.
There's a double overhead. Get down a little square hole, the box back. See, I got started. I should have started here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you just set it up. I didn't see you push any buttons right there.
I usually set up a shot. Which one? The white one, right?
No, the black one down there.
Black one?
Yes. All the way.
Thank you. Week? Or is it this weekend? Yeah.
Why not?
The De Tomaso boys staged this mock wreck when one of their guys backed into a post after washing it, getting ready for the show.
Doug once had a nice car.
It's still fast though. That won't affect this time. You won't win any concourse prizes.
Tough meat on the old Panteras.
The only thing is, with those motors,
Here yesterday.
Give me a break. No.
More Shelby, you can take it. Yeah,
Shake a snake at? Someone walked by.
Is there any votes left? Votes in our envelope.
SAAC 17 DART hit Portland on the map of the United States. Two of the first people that we contacted were Fred and Gail Gehring. They were instrumental in helping us to build some enthusiasm for the convention a year ago, and then to keep the pot boiling until this weekend. And we certainly owe them our thanks for all of their hard work and all the people in the Oregon region. Fred, would like you to come up and say a few words?
Civic Tiger Club and Pantera International. We couldn't have done it without
Mark Hovander is the president of SAAC's Washington region. Mark joined SAAC when he was going to medical school, and fortunately for him, his association with SAAC and with Shelby literature collectors, Kopek and Pardee, didn't sidetrack him. He graduated with a Doctor of Ophthalmology degree His only lapse in judgment was inviting Howard and I to his college graduation, and he never knew how lucky he was that we weren't able to attend. Mark was instrumental in marshaling SAAC's Washington region's enthusiasm, and we'd like to show our appreciation for their enthusiasm. Mark?
Thank you, Rick, and good evening, everybody. This attendance here tonight is a little bit larger than what we usually have for the Washington Club each month. So you have to bear with me. I was a little uneasy about whether I was going to say a lot or come up tonight. But when I found out that I was also going to share the table with Howard Party, I figured this can't be too serious. I'd like to express that as far as the Washington Club and myself, that the dream of this ever happening has become a reality. I feel that it should also be known that Fred Gehring and the Oregon Club are the ones that should be appreciated here tonight, and all the volunteers from the Oregon group that they've been putting in a lot of long hours. And I'd like to hope that everyone here had a great time, and I wish everybody a safe trip home. Okay? Good night.
First time we've had such a large contingent of Tigers at one convention, and I think they really added a lot to the event. We certainly appreciate their efforts to support the convention, and one of those Tiger guys from the Pacific Tiger Club is Alex McLaurin. We'd like Alex to come up and say a few words too.
Probably more Tigers at this event than any other SAAC meet that's ever happened, and that didn't come by chance. I was asked some months ago by Larry Atkinson, the president of the Pacific Tiger Club, to speak at this event, and I think he asked me for the only reason because we're on neutral ground, because my wife and I own a Shelby and a Tiger, so we figured we couldn't take anybody off. We're sort of in between everybody. So I had a fully prepared speech, and that all went out the window when I heard some of the other people speak. And I wrote a few notes as we're going along. So I'm going to make it very short and very much to the point. I think as far as all Tigerdom. I'm sorry, I'm from Canada. I just very briefly learned the language when I came across the border. This metric stuff had me all confused, and we're going 110 when we're supposed to be going 30 and stuff. Not only that, I thought only paying $400 a night for that room was a bargain. And it was nice to hear from Janine. She wondered why, as a representative of Ford, why a pregnant woman was asked to come up here and speak. I'd like to make it known right now, on the spot, that if you're going to be a member of Pacific Tiger Club or Toro Racing from Vancouver, your wife is either pregnant or you're not allowed in. It's that simple. From the wife's point of view and the man's point of view. And we're also non-sexist. If you have the same-sex spouse, we take that as well, as long as you're trying. That's what we can do. We have a couple that joined PTC. He is 86, she's 84. They have a 58 Buick Roadmaster. They're trying real hard. They're in that club like Flint. Let me tell you, they're in there. So, we try to get along with everybody. Mike Schoen said, keep it short. We have to keep it short. I have no problem with that. My wife tells me that constantly, so we don't have to worry about that. Ken Ebert said that he bought a car from, who'd you buy it from? Doesn't matter who he bought it from, but it was hot and was hard to steer and get out of the garage. My wife's been like that for 15 years. It doesn't matter. She doesn't even have wheels. I can't get her out of the garage. She got the checkbook. How much did this cost? How much did this cost? But anyways, thanks for having, like I said, I was asked to speak on behalf of PTC and all Tiger people. Tigerville, by the way, is located at the end of the hotel. There's about 36 of those little suckers lined up there in a row. We didn't come here by chance either. We came here with some trepidation because of all the SAAC newsletters I've seen as long as I've been a member, which I think is 15 years, there's never very many Tigers in the report. And we always thought, well, God, don't they want us, or what's going on here? How come they don't want tigers there? And I must say that nobody knew that they didn't want tigers. We just all made that up in our mind. So we marshaled all our forces from Oregon all the way up to BC and said, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to take them by storm. I mean, we're not going to come one or two. We're going to come all at a time. So what we did is through an internal network of Tigerdom, we all got on the phone and decided we're going to marshal our troops at the Canadian border in Seattle. The Oregonians are going to come from the south. We're going to take them by storm. So what we did is we all lined up just a little bit north of the border. We all got up there. There was, I don't know how many, thousands of us. Some ran, some didn't. We didn't care. Now we're just going to take them in force. We got lined up north of the border. We had a bitch of a time at the U.S. border. You know, some of us couldn't speak the language. Some of us didn't know what cars we had. We bamboozled the shit out of them coming through the border. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We made a run for Seattle. We figured if we could get to Seattle, we had her made. So there was a convoy of us. So a convoy of tigers, 30, 40, is only about 30 feet long. So they're not too long. We make a lot of noise, but we don't go very fast. So we got going down the road, and about 4:30 in the morning, we all ended up at one particular individual who will go unnamed in Seattle. It's actually Redmond, but we all hid under the trees, you know. There's 3 juniper bushes. We all get underneath those little fuckers. So we all marshaled there, and we're going to make a run for down here. So the Oregonians, they were coming up from the south just as a diversionary tactic. They're going to throw everybody off. So we all got going like hell down the road. There was 3 Chevy-powered tow trucks. They couldn't keep up. We threw them to the side. Wheeled the cars off and went for it. So we all got down here, and most of us have never been to a SAAC convention, myself included. And we get down in the parking lot, and I only speak for myself, but I was towing my Tiger with an Explorer with 2 kids in the car and my wife that I can't get out of the garage. I get in the parking lot, I got so excited, I pulled a short turn, ripped the fender right off, the lights off. Luckily I looked at the plate, it was another BC plate from another guy that borrowed a car with another third party. It gets very complicated, it's all very intriguing. Ripped the fender off the truck, Jesus, we're in a mess already, we haven't even got here. Called circle the wagons with big damage, you know what I mean? Right, with circles and arrows and fire coming over, but anyways, we made it. So we're here, we all get unloaded, and we go to tech. And this, I think, is sort of says the spirit of the whole thing. And I'm speaking for myself, but as a spokesman, piss on it, I'm speaking for everybody that's got tires. We get up there, and who's standing there? This guy I don't know from a stump, Don Alexander. He could have been just, hey, who knows what Don Alexander is? I get up there, and I get all checked, and I said, well, you know, Don, I got a little side exhaust here, and I don't want to screw anybody, but could I try to open those little things there? He says, well, try it, you may like it. So I didn't have any tools, so I ran back and got the tools and unlocked those things, and I came around again, and Don's there again. Don's sitting right there, by the way. Big, good-looking guy. I have these little dump pipes open, and Don says, you ready? I said, yeah, I'm ready. So Don's got this little meter. He goes right down the bank with his fishing rod. He goes right down to the river. Goes right down to the river with the fishing with a lure on there. He's going to fish in the river while I'm trying to get this thing for the decibel meter. And the other guy that's there, I don't know who he is, but I love him too. And he said, bring her up to 3,000. I said, yes, sir. So we just whipped her right up to 800 RPMs, and they said, good enough for us. No, there hasn't been too many goddamn tigers here, but I knew we were in the right spot when I talked to Don Alexander. We couldn't get, you know, we weren't going to be led astray here. Doesn't matter. So we get out there to this open track, and we're all having a great time and making lots of noise. We don't go very fast, but we make a lot of noise. We drink a lot of beer, tell a lot of lies. But I'm told now I got to get off the stage, but I must say that all the Tiger owners have been extremely welcome to this SAAC meet. There's been a lot of nice Tigers brought up, a lot of beautiful cars no matter what it is. We've been very graciously entertained. There's been some bending of the rules a little bit here and there, which appeals to me very much. if you're going to buy a Tiger, there's a couple of things that you have to understand. We take ourselves seriously, not very often, once in a while. 1974, I think we took ourselves seriously once. But you got to be prepared to go fast, try very hard, make good friends. That we've made friends with Tigers at Christ, no matter what vehicle we have. We've had a lot of Fords, they've all been good too. Janine, thank you. And good friends, go fast, drink a lot of beer, tell a lot of lies, and keep those good friends for a long, long time. Another SAAC meet will be in force this time. There'll be thousands of us, just like ants. Thank you.
Very entertaining. I just missed one thing. What's Canada?
I love it. It's better than SAAC.